Hello everybody, I am here sharing with you the instructions for the Twitter campaign. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or contact me via Classroom Notes or the Teams app where you have the conversation section. So let's get started. You and your teammates are going to create 5 tweets. One for the area of students, one about teachers, one about technology, one about content/curriculum, and one about assessment. The objective here is to showcase or to expose what we as a class has agreed will become our 21st century education techniques and strategies for each one of those areas. So once we discuss the agreement of what we believe in, what we are embracing here in our classroom, that will reflect 21st century education is happening, I want you to create those tweets based on those 5 areas. Then, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run a campaign, okay? So each person in the team will create 1 tweet, okay? And that tweet has to reflect that ideal that we have embraced and include an image or video. The reason being that tweets that have images or video have more engagement, okay? The more personal, the more creative, the better, okay? So think outside of the box. Don't use photography out of Google because they will have copyright issues and it may result in an uncomfortable situation, okay? It's important also that you include within the hashtags, the hashtag setting, and especially the hashtag 21st century ed, okay? As it is shown here in the slide. If you have space available, because we do have a limited 140 characters tweet, okay? If you have space, you may also include the hashtag learning millennial. But it must have the hashtag sitting and hashtag 21st century ed. So it is important for you to reflect what we believe is the 21st century education.
All right, so choose wisely because Twitter has very specific details as to what it will allow on. So you want to make sure that if you're taking pictures, you have your phone set to the right frame so that it will fit into Twitter. So make sure that your phone or whatever camera you're using has the right specifications as seen on this image. For example, for timeline pictures, your picture should be a 506 times 253 ratio. So just make sure, and if you have any questions as to how do you do that or how do you make sure that you have that, please consult with me, okay? Remember also that we have a 140 characters limit, so language is going to be very important. Be selective, choose your words carefully. Now I do understand that because of that limitation you will be tempted to use chat lingo, but being an English teacher, that confirms a problem. So if you choose wisely enough, you may not even have to use chat lingo. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to do that, but if not, you will have to consult with me as to how much is too much. Okay, so if you have any questions, again, please send them to my email or ask me in class. So the plan is to launch on Friday afternoon. So I have to have looked at your tweets and must approve them before you launch them at 3:30. The reason being, I'm not the only one that's going to be looking into these tweets. I have asked my peers, my colleagues, to look into it and to retweet those that they like. And I'm also in collaboration with Professor Alex Aldarondo, who runs the Agile Learning Center here in Puerto Rico, and he has agreed to also participate in this Twitter campaign, so he will be retweeting your tweets. It is imperative that you make quality tweets then, because this is an authority in what is 21st century education, and he's going to be looking at what we are doing. And as an incentive, the post with the most engagement will be awarded 10 bonus points. and voting will close on Sunday. So from 3:30 Friday afternoon until Sunday afternoon, I will be looking at the tweets and following the engagement that they have. And then the one with the most votes is going to have the 10 bonus points. Ask your friends, ask your families to retweet your work, okay? It is imperative that everyone in your team does this for you as well, okay? Do not worry about whether you have followers or not, because the buzz that we're going to be creating, okay, will generate engagement. So have no fear. And last but not least, I leave you with this thought. Social media is not to impress people, it is to impact people. Whatever you post out there becomes a little bit of your identity in this 21st century. A couple months ago, I think it was 10 students got ejected from Harvard because of what they were publishing in their social media. So be careful with what you post out there. Keep all tweets, especially those that we're doing in this campaign, academic. And remember that we are aiming to cause an impact. We are aiming to have people look at education from a different perspective and to know that we are getting closer to 21st century education.